What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
Not
another
damn podcast.
Presented by our damn
And
selves. So 279. Yeah.
279.
279, kid. Let's go right into the bullshit.
Oh, Lord.
Bad news bears, baby.
Talk about what bullshit?
Get out of the way, man. Did you
Yikes.
see that? Did you see that?
I did, unfortunately. I was watching, I'm like, and then I got
Velus Jones Jr. dropping the fucking punt like with the Bears with no timeouts is like they had the one timeout still up here. So one timeout they had plus the 2-minute warning. They're down by 8, so like mathematically they're not out of it.
Yeah, because the 2-point conversion, yeah. So
and like they still had a timeout and a 2-minute warning. So that's like
right. So you got the window is shrinking, but it's still a window.
One possession. I'm like, okay. Then like on the punt return, because when they got the stop on 3 and out with the Giants, they got the stop. For those who don't know, we talking about the Bears lost to the fucking Giants Sunday. That's what we talking about. But the Bears, they got it. They were down by 8, got the stop, the 3 and out, and then it was like, okay, the Giants are punting. Okay, the Bears get the ball back. Okay. So I was like, so this it's not over. I was telling the lady that, yeah, she was in the other room saying, who's winning? I was like, they're not mathematically out of it, but
the window's shrinking, but it's not over.
So then they punted, and all you got to do is fair catch. It didn't even have to return because like you didn't have the time wasn't on your side. So all you had to do is just fair, or even just get the fuck out of the way. Just let the shit bounce. Either fair catch or get the fuck out of the way and let it bounce and shit. But this idiot like and then fumbles and shit. Yeah, the Giants recover.
I was watching, and I got the text to our group text. Came through.
I was like, "Fuck the Bears." I turned it off after that. I was okay. That's enough.
The Bears. And Feast like, yeah, they trash. You know, it'd be a roast session. Like whenever they do something, like I look forward to our group text. Like our group text keep me smiling.
Oh no, yeah.
When you guys group text me.
Bears are in a rebuild. We forget that. It seems like the Bears are in a rebuild. It's just like because they got off to an okay start, but Bears pretty much are in a rebuild right now. This is not a winning season. Like no, but even if they do like go on a streak, is a winning streak. Is like there's a rebuild year, and like that proves it. That game right there, it's like that proves there's a rebuild year.
Like this, I won't be spending my money going to see them. I won't be spending my money seeing them live. I just won't.
It's a rebuild, yeah.
That's a hard pass. I'm not going to pay my money to watch losses.
Justin Fields, 11 to 22, 174 yards. No interceptions, that's the good news, but no touchdowns either. That's the bad news. So that's what we got from Justin Fields. I'm looking at the box score now. He got sacked 6 times. He was definitely getting beat up. The Giants were rushing the shit out of him every time. The ball looked like the Giants wasn't fucking around. It just
And Marcus didn't wear his jersey. He went to watch the game with he had like a fellas day or whatever, so he went to watch the game, and I saw him have his jersey laid out. I said, "You don't want to wear a jersey?" He said, "I don't want to wear it." I'm like, "Okay, you don't want to wear his jersey today?" Because usually he wears his jersey on game day. He'll put on his jersey and known
something.
He'll usually because he has a Justin Fields. He has an orange Justin Fields jersey.
Well,
he does.
I'm rocking the Denver, not working. Maybe I should have wore blue and orange or something like that. This is what I got on Raiders colors. What the hell are these?
Well, I have on blue and orange, but I have on Illinois, so I have on my blue and orange.
Didn't help him. Whatever it was, it wasn't no good luck. Whatever it was, it didn't help him. Illinois or Chicago or whatever the fuck, it didn't help him. Yeah, that was it's a rebuild year. Congrats to the Giants, though. That's DJ Envy's team, the Breakfast Club. Because him and Charlemagne always go back and forth. Because Charlemagne is a Cowboys fan because he grew up in South Carolina, and like obviously, like no, they ain't got shit there. It's like South Carolina ain't shit there, but yeah,
he just gravitated because everybody liked the Cowboys and the
Cowboys because they were always on TV. They were America's team, so whenever they would show the national game, that's the game they would show. It's like
so everybody was a Cowboys fan.
Team, like the Cowboys would be the game they aired in your market. Like, so if you were gonna watch NFL, like 9 times out of 10, if you didn't have a home team, you were gonna get that goddamn Cowboys game. Like, so he grew up, and then the Cowboys were good during that era because I kind of gravitated towards the Cowboys during that time too. Because Bears, whoo man, the '90s Bears. You're old enough to remember '90s Bears, like my.
That's
God.
why I watched basketball because football wasn't
I watched
good.
both,
I
but
got into basketball.
the Bears were brutal. Bears had a decade and a half of misery pretty much during that, almost 2 decades. To win from the '85 Bears and then to get good again to like Lovie Smith showed up. It's like what 2002 or so, whatever. He's 03, whatever year he came. Yeah, yeah. They had a long like misery from like maybe 86 or 7 to like 2002 or 3, like
damn,
straight trash. Like so like yeah. So watching that, so eventually like me, I'm the type of I'm a fan. Like I'm not a fair weather fan, but eventually the losing does get to you with sports. Like to me at least. Eventually, okay, I can't watch these losers. Who else is playing? And then the Cowboys, they had Emmitt Smith. Yeah. Michael Irvin, they had Troy Aikman, they had Prime Time. Like they had
Prime time.
That squad was like, yeah, that's the Cowboys team that was killing it in the mid-90s. So like I was like, okay, I watch these more. At least they entertaining. Like I'm still a Bears fan, but like y'all are hard to watch. Like, I'll make it hard to watch. Because as sports, eventually it does. The losing gets to you. You can't just suck forever. Look at the Sacramento Kings. Like the losing gets to you. If you were a fan during the C-Web, Stojakovic, Mike Bibby days, you're not watching anymore now. Trust me. You turned on that team years ago. That's who they traded Bibby for. And that's the debate. Like, was white chocolate better or was Bibby? I like the Bibby.
That is a good.
Bibby was more stable. White chocolate was more like he had the excitement, but Bibby was more like he's the guy that was the traditional point.
Was more controlled.
The traditional.
They were both good players. They were both good. They were.
I think the Bibby version had championship potential here, but he ran into Shaq and Kobe. And a little referee shenanigans.
And speaking of, we were watching that the other night. We watched it. It's on Netflix, that documentary about
the Sacramento Kings Lakers game, the infamous Game 6.
About the whole referee scandal. What's his name? Tim
Donovan. I forgot
I can't think of his name now, but we watched that documentary the other night. We watched that the other night on Netflix because it's on. And I forgot, it's called A Foul. It's something like with fouling. I know it's something with foul in the title. And we watched it.
I want to say it's the 02. We all over the place. Yeah, we went from football to basketball. It was the 02 Western Conference Finals. The Lakers, Kings. That's the closest the Kings probably had to winning the title.
Yeah. Like, how was that not? Because they showed that back on the documentary. We were like, how was that not a fact? Like, what the like? That was the worst officiating. The worst.
That was the Mike Bibby version. Like I said,
the worst officiating ever.
Because you had C-Web, you had Bibby, you had Doug Christie, Vlade Divac. What's his name? Hito Turkoglu. Like they had
Turkoglu, Turkoglu was on the team.
They had a fucking squad.
They should have won. They were up 3.
They were the better team. Like the Lakers had better stars, obviously Shaq and Kobe, but besides them, like who's their third guy? Robert Horry. Like who's the third?
They were more complete. The Kings are more of a complete team, where the Lakers have more firepower.
Not heavy, yeah.
Yeah, but they were more complete. They were a more complete team than the Lakers.
Yeah. And the Kings definitely would have won the title that year had they got past, because the Nets were the East team. They would have washed them. It's like the Nets. They were no disrespect to the Nets. They had Kidd. They had what's his name? Kenyon Martin. Like no disrespect to them, but like Kings would have washed. They would have washed.
They got robbed. That's what they said. They got robbed. They were robbed. Wish they were. But it was a good doc. So if you guys do want to check that out, check out that documentary on Netflix.
Have y'all watched? Did you ever watch The Malice?
I haven't watched The Malice yet, I don't think. What did I? I've been watching so much stuff. I may have watched The Malice. I think I may have watched it. I think I did.
Yeah, but those if you're into that era of basketball, the early 2000s, great documentary.
I think I did watch it. I think because, like I said, we've been watching so much of the Netflix stuff. Like we just been like, okay, like a new thing. Let's watch it. Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch it. Good segue here. One thing I haven't watched yet. That's a bit controversial. I have not watched Dahmer yet. I have not.
We're gonna get there. I want to talk a little.
Yeah.
Might as well finish the sports shit up since we here. Yeah. Let's finish it up now. Media day kicked off this week for the NBA. We got to see all of the teams, like all the new players introducing themselves. All the old players like looking healthy that were banged up. It's like, yeah. All your players like expiring free agents like now signed. Shout out Zach LaVine. We got to see them with the big money deals now. So yeah,
Zach look good out there.
No question marks of like whether is he coming.
Zach look good.
Nah, he signed for 5 years.
He look good. He looked good. So, Pat will look good out there. He looked good. Yeah.
Dragic
he was like, yeah, I got in shape because Pat was like, he lost some weight. He said he lost a little bit of weight. Because he was like, I came in overweight last year. That's what he said. I was like, whoa. And Dragic, they asked Dragic about the dunk.
Because that's what if you're a Bulls fan, you know what we talking
about.
That's
his legacy that he got dunked on.
Like most fans, Dragic. Oh yeah, he was the starting point guy with Miami. Yeah,
with Miami, they went to the finals.
In the bubble. Yeah, that's what. But you're a Bulls fan, Dragic from and mainly because of Stacey King.
And he tried to play on a bum knee because he ripped up his knee, and then he still tried to come back and play. So that shows how tough he is. He tried to come and play on a bad knee.
What you know about Dragic, mostly if you're a Bulls fan. Oh, stop it. Stop it. What are you doing, Dragic? What are you doing? D-Rose can go upstairs.
He dunked the shit out of him. And then he said his stride. Dragic took it in stride.
He had a 40-inch vertical.
He took it in stride. Like he laughed. He said, I'm on TV. He said, hey, I'm on TV.
Like, so that's enough. I sent you and Feast a video of the basically the greatest dunks each year from like 91 to like present, and that made the 2010 dunks. It's like
2010 when he dunked on him. Yeah,
2010 Derrick Rose on Gordon Dragic when he was with the Phoenix.
Yeah, he dunked the shit out of him. And Dragic said that is the first and last time he's ever been dunked on in his NBA career. He said he's never been dunked on. Like that was the first and last time he got.
Why he got the fuck out of the way after that?
But what a way to go. If you are going to get it might as well have been prime Derrick Rose. Like, hey, if you're going to get dunked on by prime Rose. That's not bad. But I mean, you did have to try to jump for it because you are a defender. So he tried it, but it just didn't work. He tried it though.
Yeah, be unathletic and white and go for it. Speaking of white defenders, like Alex Caruso looked good during the media day. He looks healthy because he was banged up a lot last season. So yeah.
Grayson Allen.
He missed a lot of time.
Yeah.
Started with that and then he was never the same.
Yeah, I just do that to him for Allen. Yeah, you get one of those. But the guys look good. The fellas did look good on the media day. Jamar, I like that DeMar was like, when they was like, what did you do with Pat Will this way? He was like, why don't you ask him? Like, you ask him. Like, you come out, you ask him about how our workouts went. Because, like, DeMar worked him out. Pat Will was like, we was working out at 5 a.m. He worked the shit out of Pat Will this summer. So, hopefully we'll see that translate over into the game.
That's the good news. The bad news is Lonzo Ball out for at least 6, maybe 8 weeks. Like he had another knee surgery.
Yeah.
So he had to go back under the knife. So the Bulls are going to start the season without him. If you count from now, like 6 weeks, that's like mid-November. It's like
it
starts at like the end of October.
So maybe like Thanksgiving-ish. Yeah. Maybe he might be back.
Maybe early December, like Ball will be back, hopefully back to 100% by the end. But
and then once again, we're not getting a Christmas game. But I'm not saying anything. We're not getting a Christmas game again.
Yeah. Bulls, they still not getting the respect that
and the team that we proved ourselves. We had 2 All-Stars. We had 2 All-Stars on our team last year, and
that's fine. Though. It motivates like these guys, like the DeRozans or your Zachs. Like it motivates them. Yeah. Because from what I saw, like the season ranking, it got the Bulls as a play-in team, so it got them even lower.
I did see that. I saw that. I was like, how the fuck are they a play-in team?
Because the Nets, they move up because they say you got KD back, Kyrie, Ben Simmons is going to be and they were play-in last year. So somebody had to get kicked out of the top 6. The Bulls were the team they booted. So I was like, Bulls are playing. Okay, like hope that inspires the guys.
Yeah.
This has the Bulls listed in the East, like in the play-in down there with Charlotte and those guys like in Atlanta, like it's down there with those guys. So
I just keep sleeping on people until they can't sleep on you no more. Just do your, just keep going. Don't even, okay, sleep on me. All right, keep on sleeping on me. I'm gonna keep on doing what I do.
So who would be the starting five with this team coming up? I got my starting five because like Lonzo Ball obviously is not going to be ready when the season starts. Who would you put at the starting five? I got who I want at point.
I say, well, obviously we know 2, 3, 4, and 5. Obviously we know that, but basically who would
especially
be the
2, 3, and 5? Yeah, like so it's some 4 debate, but yeah, especially 2, 3, and 5. Like
2, 3, and 5. Yeah,
DeMar and Vooch, like
and Vooch, obviously.
Those are your 3 starters. Yeah.
I say go ahead.
Pratt Will probably gets to start at 4.
Pratt Will gets it. I say
shit would have to happen for him to not start at 4 again.
And I say the point guard, I'm gonna go a little bit out, well, not really out the box. Ayo. Give him the start. I say
started a lot last year, so it's not really.
I say Ayo because
like half the season last year.
I like Caruso leading the second unit. I like Caruso leading the second unit because he has that leadership mentality. He's a vet, he's a champion, so he can wield those guys. If they start getting a little bit, he can, come on, guys, let's settle down. He can wield those guys back in. I say Ayo is a sponge. Ayo wants to learn, so put him out there.
Me, I go like I'm really going out the box. I start Dragic at the point. But Caruso and Ayo get most of the minutes, but I think I start the games with Dragic because that will be the smoothest transition for when Lonzo is healthy. Because then your second unit, you still got the same like core there. Yeah, just Dragic in place of Lonzo. And Dragic, he's a veteran. He got the championship experience. So like, yeah, he's not a scrub. It's like
he's not a scrub. Yeah, he's
put him out there with that first unit.
He's tough as nails. Like he's tough. He's very tough. So
I think I start Dragic, Levine, DeRozan, Pat Will, and that's my starting five.
I go Ayo because I might give the young guy a shot.
I go with 3 in the second unit. I go 3 guards deep. Yeah. I have Ayo, Caruso, and Kobe White all on the floor together with Jarek Jones Jr. or Javante. Switch either one of them out and then Drummond at center. That's my second unit. So like to see whoever one is like better for the 4 in the second unit, either Jones Jr. or Javante Green. One of those guys will be in the 4. Like I'll rotate, see which one is better. That's how I run my second. I go to 3 guards and either Javante or Jones Jr. and then Drummond at the center.
Not bad.
Just me playing a little armchair coach right now.
I think it to Ayo. I'm like, yeah, because Ayo got ripped this summer. Like I saw the pictures and because even Zach said, they was like, have you said it to Ayo? He's like, no, he said, I saw he's bigger. That's what he said. He's bigger than what he was. So like he was definitely hitting the weights and he pumped up. So
Bulls definitely got to get that ball moving. That's because the Bulls
were
one of the worst teams as far as ball.
Yeah, there was after Lonzo went out, then it just
Lonzo, then they became ISO Zach and especially ISO DeRozan.
DeRozan, yeah, that
too was just DeRozan going ISO. Like,
can't do that. Yeah,
especially you're not gonna hit them game winners every night. It's like he hit a few of them last year, but it's not gonna work every night. That ISO
swing the ball.
It's like
like I like to see the ball.
Which is why I like Dragic there, because I know he's going to get the job done. He was a rookie, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. He was sometimes shaky with his ball movement, but yeah, I give him the benefit of the doubt of being a rookie last year. I know that Dragic would definitely get the ball moving. I know that for a fact. But we'll see what happens.
I'm just ready for basketball season to start. I'm ready. Like I said, pregame start this week. I'm ready. I'm like, I'm this is my season. Basketball season is my time that I like to watch.
I think the Bears. I'm still Bears mode. I want to say the Bulls either had a preseason or they got one coming up, something like that.
They got one coming up, I think.
So preseason has started, but
I think because the Clippers or somebody, they played like a Euro team the other day, and I think the Clippers play Monday. I think by the time you got here, I think they play on Monday.
Grizzlies have played, and then a bunch of other teams played.
Yeah, and it looks like Kawhi is going to play, so that's a good sign. So it's like, okay, Kawhi is going to play.
So
So
where does that rank the Clippers? Like, because the Clippers can be deadly. Like, so low key.
mm,
Why and Paul George both at 100%, and they got John Wall at the point. They can be. Remember, he got bought out, and the Clippers snatched.
right.
So if you get a healthy John Wall, like, because he's like been banged up over there. You get old like Washington John Wall back, yeah. You get that dude. Yeah, they can do some damage. Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't know what type of player Wall is right now, but it's like if he's
you don't even got to be cold with
if he's like 70% of what he was when he was in Washington, he's like 70%. A 70% John Wall would be nice. Yeah, 70%.
So the Clippers, the Lakers with Pat Bev, that's a nice upgrade, I think. So basketball is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
You know how I feel about him, but
I want to see him and Westbrook together. It looks like they pulling a Pip and Rodman. It looks like
that. That's what I said is going to happen. They're going to Pip and Rodman it out.
They're gonna make it work, yeah. Because like at the press conference, you see them, they were like, yeah, besties and all that. Yeah,
they got kiss and makeup. That's what you just gotta do that.
They were looking like besties at the media day. I'm like, okay, like they're gonna make it work.
There was a lot of animosity there from Westbrook. Like
it
was a lot of that. It was a lot of animosity. But they did like they were able to squash their beef. And
team to watch, I still say, is Brooklyn. Like I want to see how they look with those healthy Ben Simmons. Like
yeah,
he's the he's really is the wild card for that team.
The piece, the key with that.
The key to that team because they're gonna get a full season of Kyrie because last season because of the COVID restrictions he missed like all of the home games.
Yeah,
New York had the vax mandate. He said, "I'm not getting that shit." So like he basically missed all of the home games with the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. Like, and they didn't get rid of the vax mandate to like the playoffs or some shit like that.
Right. Like, oh yeah, by the way, you don't need it. What?
And after you missed all the games and they're like a play-in team now. So like
now you're playing from behind and it's like, okay, let me try to,
And then KD, he looks healthy. And like I said, a healthy Simmons, that's gonna be the team to watch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's move on from sports talks. Like all of our non-sports fans are bored to death now. So I got a lot to talk about. What you got?
Yeah. Oh, I was like with my segue earlier with the Netflix stuff. Like I said, the thing I haven't watched the Dahmer series yet. I have not.
I don't know about you, but I don't plan on watching that shit.
I kind of wanted to see it because because I do like crime things, but the fact that we did live it.
I'm gonna say to quote Pee Wee's at the end of Pee Wee's Big Adventure, I'll need to see it. I lived it.
Like I said, but we did live it, and like people like don't shame people because it's like okay, like we're a little bit older, so we were of a certain age.
30 years ago, it was 91.
Like I said, we were of a certain age 30 years ago. I said so we were old enough to know what was going on. We were old enough to go. A lot of people, if you were
30 now, how the fuck they gonna know about Jeffrey Dahmer?
Right, if you're 32 now, you wouldn't know about it. If you're 35 now, you wouldn't know about it. You have to be at least 40 to know about Jeffrey Dahmer. At least 40. You have to be at least Ari.
Your details might be sketchy. Yeah, you would have been like Ari's age.
Right.
If something's going on with Ari now, she's gonna kind of know, but she's not gonna know like that. It's
right.
Like
you have to be at least 40 years old to know about Dahmer.
At least kind of know the story and shit.
At least. Because that was 91 when that happened. So that was over 30 years ago. And then because it happened in Milwaukee, that's like adjacent to Chicago. So that's like right there.
Well, if you're not even from this area, if you're 30 years old from the West Coast, you might not know the story.
Yeah, it's like an hour from Chicago, Milwaukee. So.
And some of the victims came from Illinois. It's like,
yeah.
So we knew the story well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what I do want to see.
There was no internet then, so it wasn't like stories go viral way quicker now.
Right.
So yeah, it was like we were learning that shit through the newspaper.
We were reading the Sun Times and the Tribune.
Watching Linda Yu and shit. God damn it.
Linda Yu.
Joel Daly. That's what we were.
Joel Daly. You went old school.
We were watching them and shit. Like that's how we found out about it and shit through TV and fucking newspaper.
And then they had hi, I'm Barbara Waters, and this is 2020.
You might get a national story
on 2020.
Barbara Waters or John Stossel like that.
You downs.
The occasional fucking national story.
Right.
A little 60 Minutes, little Ed Bradley action. You might
maybe Oprah had like one of the victims' mom on her show, like that. Oprah probably had somebody on her show.
No, I made that up. I don't know if she was on there. This is totally made that up. That's the one everybody, the one that was viral before viral was a thing. The Rita Isbell clip, like people have been reposting that. Like I remember that when it actually happened. It was like
yeah, because they actually
she went off and like was about to attack Dahmer.
Yeah, because like from what I saw, they used that image in the documentary. And then she made a statement about it now because she was like, no one ever came and talked to me. She said, I see this person who looks just like me, who's dressed like me. I
said I've seen like all of his TikToks or whatever. People have been
said it verbatim
side by side. It's like with Rita Isbell and then the actress is like they've been posting.
Yeah, and it was like she said verbatim, like she said. Mm-hmm. And I mean, my thing is, I know some people are like, why would they do it? But I mean, document like it was an interesting story. Like Jeffrey Dahmer showed how basically this white man had privilege and got away with murdering these Black and brown gay men and boys.
He got convicted, so he really didn't get away. He got,
he got away with it for a while. He got away with it until he just couldn't. He killed 17 people, 17 boys and men. He killed, and they were mostly Black and brown. So he killed these Black and brown boys and men and was getting away with it. One of the boys, the 14-year-old boy, they returned to his house. Like stuff like that. It's like he was able to he was able to hide in plain sight, basically. He hid in plain sight for so long. And my thing is, yes, it's an interesting story, and maybe some people don't know the story. So that's why documentaries are done. Like we've seen Ted Bundy. It's a documentary on Netflix that Zac Efron, he was Ted Bundy in it. Because I watched that with Zac Efron. I watched that.
That's the one that we know that's a good example of one we kind of knew. Like
we kind of knew, but we wasn't in the area.
West Coast is like, yes.
Yeah, we wasn't in the area.
That's a good comparison. People out there would look at us crazy for not really knowing the Ted Bundy story. Mm-hmm. Like I knew the name Ted Bundy. I didn't really know the story like that. I knew he was a killer. That's all I knew.
Yeah, I knew he was like
you don't really know the story.
I knew he was charming. He was supposed to be handsome, so he would seduce these women and then rape and kill them. I knew that. That's about all I knew.
That's what people like out of this area might know about Dahmer. Like, yeah, he was a murderer, but you might not know the story. But I'm not.
So, I mean, I get why they want to do it. I said, but my only issue is if this is true, if Netflix, like, I feel like whenever somebody, like, if it is a national story, you do have a right to tell, you can tell it. But I always say, if you are going to tell a story that's based on true events, if it is people that did experience it, go out and research with them. Go out and that's just all I say. Go out and talk to people.
Isbell just found out when the thing aired that she's part of the fucking thing.
She's part of it because she said when she saw her name flash across the screen.
You ain't talk to me.
And she saw her name flash across the screen, and that's just my only issue that I know a lot of people like they should not have done. It's like, why not? It's an interesting story, but my only issue is,
like I said, it's a free country. They can do it.
But I say just research.
I'm free to say I'm not gonna watch this shit either.
And that's the thing. Netflix, first of all, everybody doesn't have Netflix. It's a paid subscription. You have to pay for it, first of all.
Password.
well, let me rephrase that. It's a paid subscription that everybody doesn't have, but we know everybody can have access to it. Whatever. But you know what I mean.
Everybody has Netflix, and we'll leave it at that.
It's a paid subscription. So
Netflix they got ABC, and ABC is absolutely free. I know more people with Netflix than ABC. What does that tell you?
It's a paid subscription that everybody doesn't have access to it. Wink. But it's like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
Watch it like me. Like I said, I think I'm good on that. I was hoping that's somebody's thing about. I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah.
I just kind of want to see I mean, I like crime stuff, so I kind of want to see what the big, like, why it is a controversy. That's like my thing, like why people are controversial about. Like, is it really, like, my biggest thing is, like I said, they did.
I guess it's the same reason why I went and saw The Woman King. It's like because it was all over the headlines. I was like, yeah, let me check this out.
The controversy, yeah.
Both sides, like people like,
and that's why I kind of want to see
best movie of the year, or like you had to decide boycott Woman King. It's like I had to see like both. I said I got to see this movie just from both sides.
But from what I heard about Dahmer, they said the people who I know who have watched it, they said that they felt that they did a good job humanizing the victims, because they said oftentimes that you don't see, like, these victims at the time, they were not humanized because, like I said, a lot of them were Black and brown and they were gay. So it's like during that time in the 90s, the late 80s and 90s, they weren't really humanized. And it's like, it gave them like a voice. It made them real people rather than just making them a number. So that's what I heard that it's supposed to have done a good job at doing that. That's what I would want to see if it did give them a voice.
We're only on that's not another damn podcast. We give a review on a documentary that neither one of us watched. We got a whole review like neither one of us watched. It's the only place you're gonna get that.
But we have experience because we, like you said, with PB Herbert, we lived it.
So we know,
we
like,
lived this shit in 1991.
So I don't have to see the shit to know that. I saw Rita Isbell actually on the stand, like when that happened.
I saw that too, and she was
I saw real time when it happened.
Yeah, like that.
The Dahmer story is fascinating too because it got sensationalized slightly. It's like they made it out like he was setting the table and just like eating the motherfuckers for dinner every night. It's like
it wasn't that.
He wasn't a cannibal per se. Like he might have sampled like parts of like but the reason why he had all the body parts in his freezer, because like I said, 17 he had killed so many motherfuckers he didn't have time to bury him.
He had time to like dispose of the body
in the freezer to keep him here. That's to keep the body parts from stinking and shit. Yeah, he had killed so many motherfuckers. That's what. So he. And
they said it would be like it was like so bad in his house that like when he had like one body under the bed, it was like another body under the bed. Like he just had bodies everywhere. Many
motherfuckers he had to.
He had bodies everywhere in his house.
He had to put him in the freezer until he had a chance to bury him. That's why he didn't have time to bury all the motherfuckers. That's what.
Because he was a psycho. And then the guy who killed him in prison, he was the real one. He was like, "Hey, I'm Jesus," and like
That's another people are fascinated by that. I remember the "I'm Jesus" dude and shit. I remember that for a fact. I saw that. That was like 95 when that happened.
I mean, we said Dahmer thought he was crazy, but crazy meant crazier. Like crazy meant crazier. So he got him with a weight, I think, and
ran into the Joker.
And he said, "I'm Jesus. Joseph is my father, a carpenter." He went down the whole like, whoa, like okay, like whoa, okay, dude.
Well, yeah, see, I remember all of that, so yeah, I'm good on the Dahmer. But I'm not saying that you should watch it. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm good on that. Speaking of, he's mentioned fathers, and he said his father was a carpenter. Guess whose father is retiring? Luke's father is retiring. Yeah. James Earl Jones officially retiring as the voice of Darth Vader. He's in his 90s, like it's time. Yeah, he's old. He's just like, Star Wars is gonna be around forever. So he's like, I'm tired. I want to just chill. I'm tired of doing the voices. Like, so he signed the rights away to the Lucasfilms, to the studio, which is owned by Disney. So I guess Disney owns the rights to the voice now. Yeah. So he basically signed it away. So they say they're gonna recreate it with like computer general, whatever. I don't think they're gonna hire another actor. They're gonna do like some computer.
I had my pick if they did hire an actor. You know who I picked? Because I was in a message thing where I was on a post on Facebook, and then my pick, my pick was Allstate. I said Dennis Haysbert.
Then I'll be wanting to buy insurance when I'm watching the fucking Star Wars.
I said he should be the voice. And people was like, good eye. He was a good pick.
Instead of "I am your father," be like, "Yeah, are you Luke? Are you in good hands?"
Are you in good hands?
That's all to go there.
I wrote Dennis Haysbert, aka Allstate, should be the voice, aka Allstate. People don't know who he is. People may not know Dennis Haysbert. They may not know that name.
Allstate. It doesn't matter what.
Allstate. Allstate should be it.
Allstate.
I think he should. But much deserved for
been doing the voice to 77. Think about it's almost 50 years ago he started doing that voice. So it's
a long ass time. 77. Like damn, that's
original Star Wars came out 70.
I wasn't born in 77. That's a long time ago.
I was a baby, damn it.
You would be like, that's a long ass time ago. Jeez.
I am your father.
I am your father.
Fire Strikes Back, the big reveal.
Which I still haven't seen.
And you got Disney Plus, so
I have Disney Plus and I still haven't watched it.
Watch the legend in action,
I'm gonna have some time off like coming up, so maybe I might watch it. I keep on saying that I'm gonna make time to watch Star Wars. I'll make time. So now I can start actually commenting on these Star Wars stuff, you know.
I've been getting caught up on my Batman the animated series on HBO Max. That's what I've been getting caught up.
Because I would rush home after school. I would rush home because it came on at 4:00 on Fox, and I would be running home so I could watch the animated Batman series.
Mm-hmm. And that was like the when people like look at Batman, they say that's the proper Batman series. Because like the 60s one, that was like a whole nother era. It's like it was campy. But if you were to show like a non-Batman fan, like okay, this is Batman presented like properly, like that's show him that series. This is how he's properly portrayed, like not Adam West. Like no shade against Adam West. I grew up on that. Like kid with Dolomite. I grew up on it. Damn it.
You Batman.
No shade at Bat. Yeah, no shade at the Bat Dan. Bat
doing that.
No shade at the Bat Tusi.
And then why was he in the utility bill? Like, why was everything in that bill? Like, why did he have?
I never shade the Bat Tusi. Damn it! Come on.
I will. Like, why did Batman have everything in his utility bill? I will shade it.
That's my childhood. I will not let you disrespect the good name of
my thermal long bat underwear.
I won't let you desecrate the good name of Adam.
My satin cape. I got thrown into sulfuric acid, but it protected me. I had the satin ass cape on that protected me from sulfuric acid.
My bat shark repellent from the shark that was chewing on my leg.
That was so campy. He was like,
"What are you talking about, man?"
He was headed.
That shit was amazing.
Campy. Oh my gosh.
You want to talk about some mess?
What's your mess?
Let's get messy right now.
Messy.
Well, and not Ime Udoka, Nia Long, and whoever that staffer was. We're gonna talk about some other mess going on. You heard about Kenan Thompson?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Kenan's ex-wife is dating his ex-co-star Chris Redd from SNL. I teased this on my radio show. What's up with these SNL dudes like smashing married women? It's like,
when I read that, I was like, wait,
like,
what?
Yeah, Pete Davidson, and now you got Chris Redd.
Wait, time out.
Smashing. What's up with these SNL dudes?
And for purposes, separation, you're still married when you're separated.
Yeah,
you're still married.
I think they still married, just like Kim and Kanye were still married.
Yeah, you're still legally married. You're going through a divorce, but you're still like, if you were to die, then your wife, unless you signed off, she would still have like her rights because she's legally your spouse, or if she doesn't, you're legally her spouse. So you guys still have legal rights.
You end up on life support, like they have the final say. Like
yeah, they do. If you're legally married to somebody, you have the say in all of that. So
when I saw this, I was like, we instead of calling it SNL, so they need to call it Messenl.
Messenl. There you go. Messenl. Like
name of the episode, Messenl.
And here's my thing about the Chris. Okay, so not only were you his because like we can be real, like everybody that you work with ain't your friend. We get it. Everybody you work with, but
shout out Crawford Broadcast.
Okay, like we always say, you do your job and you go home. You don't talk to these people. You do your job and you go home. But with the thing with Kenan had a short-lived sitcom on NBC, and he brought Chris Redd with him
on the show. Yeah, so
they were at least friendly because you could tell they worked outside of SNL because the fact that they worked on a separate project outside of it.
I'm sure he like hooked his homie up. He's like, yeah, I got somebody. Yeah, like when you got, because that's how you do when you get a show. Like when Rail had his short-lived show, he put his guys on. Like Wildcat was on there. Like he put a bunch of the Chicago cast, so like Wildcat off top of my head. But yeah, he put like his guys on the show. Yeah,
Martin did that. Like I said, because he got show. He wanted Tisha Campbell to play his girl. He wanted her to play, and then a lot of those extras on there were friends of Martin's. Like Nipsey was his homie.
Yeah. Another one, we go old school way back in the day, like on Sanford and Son. All of them
were friends.
Skillet, Leroy, Esther.
All of them were Red Fox's homies.
Like, yeah, the comedy circuit. He got his
comedy circuit in St. Louis.
All his homies on, yeah. That's what he did.
He was St. Louis Red. That was when he was St. Louis Red. So like all his homies from back then.
All his homies up with jobs.
Yeah, like when I get on, okay, I'm gonna put my peeps on.
White, all of them cats, and put all of them.
Those are his homies. And that's what you do. Like if you got somebody looking out, hey, I'm gonna look out for my friend. So the fact that he smashed it, because you know if you smashing his ex, and
that means y'all always kind of liked each other. That's how I look at it. So when we were together, y'all always like, oh, y'all always yeah,
doing that. And then I mean, I'm thinking about, because like, you know, like we entertained our house sometime like pre-COVID, you know, we would have our Super Bowl party. So it's like, Keenan, you have your Super Bowl party, and then Chris is coming over like, hey, and then he like, hey, you know, it's like
well, when Chris was over Keenan's house, and then the wife came, and then he said, "You wearing them pants, girl?" Which we know that actually happened with a couple. This couple's dude was definitely interested in the friend more than the girl. We know that for a fact. That actually happened. He said those exact words. You wearing them pants.
That's a hot mess though. Like of all the people on earth, you can't find somebody else to date. That's just my thing. Like that's what the comment section saying. Why are they recycling these chicks? That's what they said. Like, why do you guys like?
I did when I did this on the radio show in Rockford. I said, Keenan's ex-wife is Davidson, one of his former SNL co-stars, said Hint is not Pete Davidson. Because he's the one that's known for smashing wives. So that's the tease I gave for. It's not Pete Davidson, so keep it locked and find out who's.
That's a hot ghetto mess, though.
SNL, man.
Just a hot ghetto mess. SNL.
Talk about that bullshit. What you got, kid?
On a shift of more sadder news, artist Leon Ivy Jr. Rest in peace to him. Okay. AKA Coolio. If you guys didn't hear, I'm sure you guys have heard. It was shocking to see that, because I just saw the thing come up on my phone. It was like Coolio just passed away.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And then when I read the manner in which it happened, because he was only 59 years old when I read how it happened.
At a friend's and then just passed out in the bathroom and never.
Yeah, because they said he had to go, because he was like, I have to go to the bathroom. He went upstairs to the bathroom, and then after a while, when he didn't come back, his friend was like, okay, let me go check and make sure he's okay. And when he was
the door, no answer, and then when he got in, like he was just unconscious.
Yeah.
Paramedics came, he never regained consciousness.
They said it appeared to be cardiac arrest.
So it's like no official cause, but what the word is that it was cardiac arrest.
Oh wow, that's just so sad. Like, I mean, we grew up to Coolio. Like, I mean, we like Gangsta's Paradise. We like Fantastic Voyage. Come on, Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah, we know that.
And then Gangsta's Paradise, and then when Weird Al did Amish Paradise, and then
Weird Al did a nice tribute to. He posted on
I gotta look at it.
Like because at the time, like when the song came out, Coolio wasn't too pleased.
He wasn't feeling it, because it was
There's a recent picture of him and Coolio now, like, well, not now, but like in recent years, and they were together. Mm-hmm. He said, "Yeah, rest in peace to my good friend Coolio," and had the two of them I was like, oh, they made up over the years and actually friends. Like that was cool. Yeah,
because I remember they appeared together at some awards show, because like Weird Al I think was presenting, and he had or Coolio was presenting, and I think Weird Al came out with like his Coolio hair or something. So like I remember they came on stage at some point and they did that. But just really sad about hearing that. It's just when you see people we grew up listening to that we liked, and it's like, hey, like, man, like all of our people that I mean, I know that it has death does happen, but it just seems to be striking just really early with some people.
Yeah, so somebody posted a whole list of the
59
we lost, all in that age. It was him, DMX, of course, Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys,
Humpty,
Shock G, we've lost in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
Biz is there's a lot of them. Like a whole list of names that, and I probably didn't name off. It was a whole
Black
Rob died recently. Somebody posted a whole list of just the rappers we lost. I was like, Craig Mack, I think was another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My recent moment of Coolio that I liked has nothing to do with rap, but he was on a celebrity edition of Chopped. I love watching the show Chopped on Food Network. Like they chopped him first because like he cheated. It was funny because when they say time and you're supposed to stop it, then he like snuck. He was trying to put like some more like stuff on his plate. They were like, "Nah, that ain't it." Because like when they were like, "Okay, 3, 2, 1, time," and you're supposed to do like this, like time, and he was like, he like tried it. He was like, so that was like one of like my moments. So it was like my last like. Because that was like a couple years ago. So I think about that happy moment because like that was a funny moment of him, sprinkling the stuff on last second on Chopped.
I think of the Weird Al parody. That's the first thing I thought of was the Weird Al parody and like the beef and then like of ultimately squashing it. That's the first thing I thought of.
I mean, I think Coolio, like I said, initially, he took it the wrong way because if Weird Al does a parody of your song, that means that your song is freaking huge. I mean, so
like, started out making fun of Michael Jackson.
Yeah. And living with the hernia, James Brown.
I started going down a Weird Al rabbit hole after I watched the Coolio thing, by the way. And I watched Living with
Eat It was great.
Living with a hernia slapped.
Eat It was great and fat. I'm fat.
I lost on Jeopardy. Like Weird Al had some hits. White and Nerdy, like
White and Nerdy.
The Smells Like Nirvana. He did like he was making fun of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah.
My geeky one that I like his recent one he did was Word Crimes Blurred Lines. Because it like broke down like bad grammar, how people there incorrectly.
Trapped in a drive-thru, we made fun of R. Kelly. Anybody who makes fun of R. Kelly is okay in my book. Yeah. It was like making fun of Trapped in the Closet. It was Trapped in the Drive-Thru. And they had like different like parts 1, 2. You did like the different parts too.
I gotta listen to that. I never heard it. I gotta listen to that one.
Because like basically, when you get in the drive-thru, if like front of you, if somebody's at the window waiting, you just trapped. You're
like,
I can't go. Okay, I'm just trapped in the drive. Now I'm trapped in the drive-thru. They pulled up behind me. Now I'm just trapped in the drive-thru. It goes into the next part. It's like a bunch of parts he did. I think it's like he did 5 or something like that. Yeah.
I would listen to that. That sounds very funny. But Weird Al was one of those guys where I'm gonna look up his tribute because Weird Al, like it seems like he would do like a nice tribute. Pee Wee Herman does nice tributes too, because I've seen tributes that he's done over the years to people.
That's because he's a loner dotty, a rebel.
Like really thought-provoking, really nice, sentimental tributes.
Also, thoughts and prayers go out to nephew Tommy. He's battling thyroid cancer right now. From Steve Harvey. Also, he's on the reality show Ready to Love. Yeah, he's on. So he's recovering from that. So had to shout him out because the lady, that's one of her favorite shows, is on Ready to Love. Like
I just like when he does this is nephew Tommy, and you've been praying. Like he does like the rainbow
calls on the Steve Harvey show.
Then people be so mad, like what? They be mad, like going.
I like he had a small part in the Think Like a Man when because Gabrielle Union was the real estate agent, whatever. She was like selling the house, and then when the guy proposed, he says, "I want to buy you this house." I said, "Hey, you ain't buying my house, motherfucker."
You're buying my house. I want to buy you a house. I want to buy you this house. Bitch, you ain't buying my house.
That's definitely sorry. First, he's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, do your thing."
All right, my man, step up to the plate, my man.
What?
Ain't buying my house.
he just flipped on that shit. That's my Maria too.
That was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
But I had to shout out the homie nephew Tommy right there. What you got, kid? I've been dominating the conversation.
Nah, you good. Anything else?
I want to talk about some more a story that has been resolved. Like I can touch on that.
Which
the
one?
Lawsuit against Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears.
Yes. I meant to. Yeah.
There it is.
Good eye. I forgot about that. Good eye.
It's been resolved. They came to an out-of-court settlement, so which brings the question: like, was this shit all about money the whole time? Like, was it about all the money? Because as soon as the check was big enough, it's like, oh yeah, like they didn't touch me. It's like nothing.
This is always my face whenever people do a settle.
Yeah. Exactly.
And my thing is, like I said, I didn't watch the video because I just had no desire to see it. But from what I
Yeah, I
heard
didn't
from
watch
the
the
video,
Funny or Die skit. I
they
don't.
said the video was a hard watch, and they was like, how would anybody find that funny? Even if you have a dark sense of humor, how would you find that
If
funny?
nothing happened, it's still like, where's the humor? It's
Where's
like
the humor in that? It was just not funny. That's why
nobody touched anybody. It's still not funny. This shit, yeah.
like it wasn't funny at all.
Well, yeah, they settled here. So I was like, when I saw that, I'm like,
Got messy now because Tiffany, I don't know if she was just being exaggerated because
yeah,
Tiffany,
she basically
she's lost everything.
Canceled, yeah.
So I don't know if she was just being dramatic because like sometimes we know people do, especially like comedians, like, I mean, your job is to entertain. So like a story that's this big, you take it and you make it this big because it's just, if you just tell the story like this, it's like, okay, you might get a small laugh, but if you stretch it out, it's like, oh, okay, because I know that Tiffany was in talks. So remember, they were supposed to have a movie coming out where she played Flojo. That was supposed to be a movie. So I don't know if that's been
about that a while ago. I don't know.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be a thing. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of stuff got slowed down because of 2020. A lot of projects got stalled, but a lot of stuff seems like it's like stuff that, okay, we should have had done by 2020 or 2021. Okay, now we can pick back up the pace and we can get it going. But if that was one of the things that they were about to put into production, and now it's like, we don't want to mess with you. You tainted.
But
yeah,
Kenya Barris was on Breakfast Club last week, and one of the things he did say is they are doing a girls' trip too. He didn't say anything about her, but if you're gonna do girls' trip, you got to do it with Tiffany Haddish. Like, she was the movie basically.
She was the breakout character in the movie.
I think of girls' trip, I think of her, not Jada Pinkett. Get the fuck out of here, Jada. Fuck out of here, Jada. But I think of Tiffany Haddish, so yeah, so she is the movie. So I assume they're gonna do it with her.
That was her breakout role. Because before that, she had like little minor stuff. Like she was, you knew her as the girl that said, "Oh, he was the Mitch right there." You know, on The Real Husbands of Hollywood, calling Kevin Hart Mitch. That was like what you knew the extent of her. But then that was her breakout role where she played Dina in Girls Trip. Because Dina was
name after that.
Dina was over the top. Dina was very crazy and
the grapefruit bitch.
Grapefruit, yeah. When she pissed on the crowd.
The piss from the zip line and
piss from the zip line, yeah.
Probably the two most memorable things in the movie.
Spoiler alert, like 4 years late, 5 years late, whatever.
And fellatio using the grapefruit, and that's the movie. That's like her part to that's what she's most known for in the movie.
That's what she was known for. And then the walk what she does, like the walk with her heels, like the the bow-legged thing, yeah.
Which we saw her do that in the concert.
On the Damon Williams show, yeah, we saw her do that with the walk.
Shout out to good brother Damon, yeah, she did.
And I saw her do that play with Morris Chestnut and Brian White. That play, that Morris Chestnut play. You can call that Morris Chestnut play.
That's still what I call it. That Morris Chestnut play.
Morris Chestnut play.
It's gonna be.
And I got to meet Morris Chestnut, so yes. Sorry, just reflecting on that being worse.
And hopefully everybody well, it hit hard, but for those that everybody who was in the Florida, South Carolina area, Hurricane Ian, came down, man. Well, it's like I don't have the exact death toll, but it was quite a few people have died. I think the South Carolina was less, but it was quite a few. I can get the number right now. Hurricane Ian death toll.
It was really sad, like just seeing, because like I said, we have a few people that we know that are in Florida, and I saw them post on Facebook. You know, they have like Mark Safe from, how they have that. So I think that is a good feature that they at least do have on like your social media. So you can, it may be hard for your family to try to contact you down there. So like, at least you can kind of spread the message that like that.
Numbers, I'm going to report them both because I don't know which one is real. CNN is saying 74. USA Today is saying 54. So I don't know, but it's a lot of people have died. People have died in the hurricane. Whole communities wiped out. Yeah. I saw videos, like some real, some obviously bullshit. Was like, it was sharks in the street. Like, I'm sure it was like real ones, and then after a while, people just like everything is comedy on the internet and shit. So then it's like a lot of shit was photoshopped. But yeah, you saw the original videos, and then like motherfuckers just start posting fake shit. Yeah, like, look at what I saw. I was like, okay, yeah, like, people actually died or
What's
lost
the point?
lost
What's the point
everything.
of doing? Yeah, my thing is, why be an asshole? Like some stuff is not funny. Like why are we posting this?
Posting obviously Photoshop shit.
And then when people don't do their research and they just share it, and then that's like the worst thing about social media now. It's like you don't fact check. So it's like you just share stuff like it's true, and then you find it's not true, and then you have to try to like recant your post. You have to like try to take your post back or whatever, and it just gets to be a hot mess when you do that.
Crazy though, yeah. And
So
the thing with evacuation, you can't force anybody because they said they evacuated, but it's just a suggestion. Yeah, so like if somebody don't leave their house, like they didn't leave their house, it's like because people like to criticize the ones that didn't leave, but yeah, it's not if you can't, you're not forced. The evacuation is not mandatory. It's just like
right.
Hey, hurricane's about to hit, so
It's a heavy suggestion, and
it's like yeah, that's what. It's, yeah. If you don't leave, they can't force you out of the house, though. Yeah.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that were trapped in the house after that. Like it's yeah. I can't imagine what it's like being in a hurricane, but shit sounds crazy.
But we don't get them here. Not in Chicago. We don't get that here.
Well, that's most of mine. I don't know what else you got.
Just a quick little blurb. Why are people like so triggered by Lizzo? Just the flute with the like
Lizzo playing the flute. I forgot.
Like she's a flute player. She's a classically trained flute player.
She does that in her act all of the time, like playing the flute. Like I don't.
She's good. She be going with it. And like I mean, she's a person that part of her personality, she likes to twerk. That's what she likes to do. And people were like throwing a fit up in her arm about that. How dare she degrade the massive flute because it's a 200-year-old crystal flute and she defiled it allegedly, and like they let her play it. Like I mean, it's like it's not she broke in. It was like
they're just your regular Lizzo haters too. Like,
like they invited her to the place to play. They invited her. She was invited.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to add to the Lizzo conversation.
But she was like, it's like, why are we? Why is this a thing? Why is this even? Why is it a thing? It's like my thing. Why?
Oh, and shout out to the two people that bought that Mega Millions ticket back in July. Like two people, they claimed that $1.3 billion jackpot.
Yeah, someone finally claimed it.
Two people they claimed it.
And this explains.
Yep. So obviously they agreed they split the money, so which makes sense. Took the lump sum, I think it's like 750 million, so that's like almost 400 million each or something. So yeah.
I know you know that post, the GIF or whatever, the boy, and he like does a piece and he like vanishes and he goes.
Illinois is an anonymous state, so we'll never find out who really won this.
Like, just know that if it was a friend of yours that you just can't reach anymore, they may have won that multi-million-dollar prize. They may have won it. Somebody that totally just like bashed off of Facebook, Instagram. You call their number, you can't reach them no more. They may have won.
I was thinking that it might have been a method to their madness, like why they didn't disappear, right? Why they didn't claim it right away? Maybe they were planning their like exit strategy.
That's what they probably were doing.
Okay, let me just get all my affairs in order because I ain't never coming back again. They probably were planning all this out. Yeah.
But you do. But what you should do, they said, like I was watching a thing on TikTok with the lawyer. He was saying like stuff that you need to do if you ever do win like a multi-million-dollar prize. You win the lottery. He was saying like the steps that you have to take, like how you should go about it. Like you definitely need to have a lawyer. You need to like have all your stuff in order because people obviously feel entitled to your money. That's just what it is. If you win money, especially with lottery, you win money. You didn't work for that money. I should get a piece of your money. What?
Yeah.
Fuck. Why?
beauty of this, unless you went running your mouth, nobody's gonna know you won the shit.
There you go.
Yeah, because Illinois is you don't have to like declare like where some states you do, like that's where you show you holding a check up and then you get robbed the next day and all shit.
Your phone just ringing nonstop. Hey, cousin. Hey, cousin. I know who all my cousins are. I have a lot of them and I know all of them. I know who all my cousins are.
It's my gallbladder. Extra $200.
Extra $200. We'll come out the woodworks when you win.
Yeah, somebody robbed him too.
For $50. You in the 70s, $50 wasn't a lot of money, but
not enough to pull a gun and arm
to arm robbery to like rob somebody for $50.
He's like, it's $50. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Let's wrap it up on that note. The armed robbery for $50. What a way to go. Thanks for supporting Not Another Damn Podcast 279. You want to support us further, give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. Also, follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to reach me.
And you can check me out at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULOEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULOEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later. I'm gone.